Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here and a happy new year to you all. I know this video is quite late and I can't really apologise for that because something was late and I had to actually receive it in time and I didn't receive it until pretty much New Year, so I wanted to wait until that came in so I can pretty much feature that on the channel as well. We've got some stuff to talk about afterwards as well. But yeah, let's just get straight into it with 2018's late edition of What's in the Treasure Chest. Starting with... the fact that I am, in fact, in 1080p HD now with my new webcam. Yes, the C920 Logitech HD webcam. What I was using before was the C525, I'm now using the C920. Because at the time, that was about like it was cheap. It was cheap for the money that it was worth, and of course that was actually received as a birthday present. This was a Christmas present, and it was on offer on Amazon, and it went down from £90 to £50, which was pretty much how much the other webcam was. Plus, I needed to actually get it replaced because the webcam was finally on its way out because it happened during a few of my recent streams that I was doing, like with Disney's Haunted Mansion or with Pikmin 2 Kaizo. The feed was cutting off a couple of times. It even happened during a couple of recordings of Pokemon Battle Bash because the audio cut out because we were using the built-in microphone of the webcam, so because it's more sensitive to catch multiple people in the room and still be better quality than the built-in microphone of the laptop. So you can see why I actually needed a replacement, and it's funny enough it's in a smaller box. So, but yeah, 1080p, 30 frames, can't complain about that. I'm in higher quality, so anything like that is going to be pretty awesome, except for the fact if I record anything on the computer with webcam, other than just the webcam itself, it will probably be only 720p along with the other visuals because XSplit. But the native output is to 1080p, so we'll work on that. But we have got other stuff to cover, which is, funnily enough, what I'm actually wearing right now. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm wearing a Undertale / Deltarune jacket. It's two-tone jacket. It's actually pretty cool. In fact, you've got a nice Deltarune thing on the back there, if you can see that. Can't really tell because I'm blocking the mirror behind there, so I can't have a visual feed on that, but I'm pretty sure you guys saw it. Obviously, I'll put in a picture if that wasn't the case. But yes, this jacket, Super Lucario got me, and this jacket is very awesome. It's very warm, actually, very padded. So, I mean, it hasn't got that many pockets, but it has got a hood. This is pretty much my new jacket, and I like how it's like a two-tone black and grey. It's very smart, but at the same time it's, you know, nerdy. But you know, I love it. I love it. It's so comfy. I just want to wear this all day, even if the radiator wasn't actually on. But you know, if it was on, I probably still want to wear this just because it looks cool, man. It actually looks really cool. And now I have something Deltarune. Well, we already have Undertale up there, along with our Kara plush, or everyone else's plush. Speaking of Undertale... yeah. Oh, hang on. Ow, bloody... there we are. That is pretty huge. It's a big tube with red bubble on it. That's a big tube. And Slow Chondrite gave me this, actually, and we'll pop it out like a box of Pringles and see what's in here. It's a big roll. It's a roll. What are we out rolling? Oh, yes! Oh, yes! The feels! The fan service! It's a massive Undertale poster. And I've got that one in the background, which I got at MCM Comic Con last October. It's like the October that's just passed in 2018. But yeah, that. I like how that the main mural is just nothing but the Dreamers, as well as all stages of like Asriel / Flowey, with a few bits on the side. And then if we scroll to the bottom here, we've got like all the if I can even get it all onto the screen. We've got like all the locations of the underground. We've got Frisk, Kara at the bottom there, Monster Kid, Doggo, Sans, Papyrus, the lot. It's a massive poster. Where am I going to put this? where am I going to put this? This is awesome. I want to get it on the wall somewhere, so I'm going to have to like do a little bit of rearranging. But yeah, this is a very nice poster, and I would like to have this on the wall. It's not something that I was actually after asking for. Focus went off a bit there. But yeah, well, I'm using my new webcam. I'm not using the built-in microphone. I'm using the blue snowball still for quality purposes, because I don't know how good the quality is on that for now, but it's only me, so that's a thing. But yeah, that is definitely worth. I really like that, and I have to actually keep it in the Pringle pot because I don't know where to put it at the moment. I mean, I've got to keep that there because it's small enough, and that's nice for the backdrop, and I've got the side camera for Pokemon Go, not Pokemon Go, I guess, but Pikmin 2, Kaizo, stuff like that. But that poster, really nice. I enjoy that. And in fact, something else that Scatlink has actually given me, which again wasn't expecting, and she actually picked it up at MCM Comic Con without me knowing. This is what it is.
Dragon Sword!
Haha! Dragon Sword! It is the Green Ranger, and funnily enough, she loves dragons, so it's like the Dragon Ranger. You can't go wrong. If it's her, if it's me, I like Power Rangers, and it's full. It's the heavy die. Can I actually get that without reflection, please? Focus. There we are. Heavy die-cast metal. Look at that. That is a collector's item, that is. And I'm keeping it in the box, and I have since. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, full die-cast metal, Tommy Oliver Green Ranger. There's actually 3 to grab. There's the Tommy Oliver Green, Tommy Oliver White, and Jason David / Rocky Red Tyrannosaurus Ranger. That's pretty awesome. Since like I was like a kid, I was like into mostly In Space, Lost Galaxy. Watched a bit of Lightspeed Rescue, dabbled in a bit of Time Force, kind of got out of it, but then I got back into it recently with RPM, and I've seen the entirety of Mighty Morphin, Zeo, Turbo, basically all the way through to In Space and Lost Galaxy, and then I just went straight to you know, RPM. Then we saw, you know, Tommy Oliver getting his Master Morph and all that, which is bloody awesome, during Super Ninja Steel. And that's really all I've seen about Power Rangers, so that's pretty much my history with the series in a nutshell. But I do have VHSs, couple of DVDs of the movies, but I don't have any actual collectible things Power Rangers wise. I had a lunchbox before of SPD. I think a figurine of SPD, but it was only just the one, and that's been lost to time when I was young. But properly, collectible wise, this is like the only thing I've got Power Rangers worth, and that I absolutely love, and that is staying in the box, and that will probably be along up there with all the other boxes and stuff. I mean, obviously that stuff gets used, but maybe I'll put this on the desk over there with my as I've shown before in the old videos, and maybe a card in the corner, my Zelda Breath of the Wild Sword of Resurrection statue. Might put it up there along with it in the box, and yeah, it just keeps it nice and dusty and nice collectible. So I really enjoy that. That is awesome. So we'll just pop that down there for now. But there is one more that I actually need to talk about, which I actually got from Scatlink parents. So I really want to thank them for that, and I'm going to showcase that off right now. Oh, it's another big one. Oh, look at that! That is an awesome glass. Legend of Zelda. I almost knocked the chest off there. A Legend of Zelda Hylian Shield tankard glass, I think you would call it. Is it just called a glass? What brand is it? Paladon. Paladon. Can we get that in the camera? Autofocus? I mean, you can kind of half see that. If I get a bit closer, maybe. Ah, whatever. But it's officially licensed by Nintendo, which is pretty awesome. I haven't actually got this washed yet, but I wanted to keep it in the box for this video. But yeah, this is probably like a pint worth. It's a yeah, it's just called a shield glass. It's not really much else to say about that, really. That's just bloody awesome, isn't it? So I always have to get at least one Zelda thing every year, don't I? You always have to. I mean, that's kind of the rule, isn't it? I mean, like, I've got something well, let's just say I've got something Undertale, I've got something Deltarune, Power Rangers, but nothing Zelda, and that's the Zelda thing, and that it's awesome. Again, so far, other than the webcam, these things weren't on my Christmas list, and I didn't even have that big of a Christmas list to begin with. I mean, one thing, it's not going to turn up until February. That's not even that big, so I didn't want to like wait that long for it. It's just Fate Stellar Link, but I never talked about the first game. I only did like a glitch video on one thing, and that was the one glitch that happened the once, so it's weird. Anyway, I'm babbling already. Just going to cover a few of the small things now, and then we'll get to the last big one, which will probably end the video on. So, well, other than the news afterwards. So, next item is another terabyte external hard drive. Yeah, it wasn't exactly that mind-blowing, but let's be fair here. Since, you know, I got my previous 1 terabyte external hard drive, that's been the one I've been running with for quite a while, and it's now getting full to the point that I can't even delete stuff to recycle memory, because it's got raw footage on there that I want to keep. It's got tons of projects that I want to keep, like One Shot, the whole entirety of Zelda Twilight Princess, which I want to talk about actually, so we'll get to that point in a moment, talk about the project. But yeah, the project itself, as well as everything else that I wanted to keep, all of Super Mario 64 multiplayer, all of the, oh my god, the whole of Freedom Planet. It's like, there's so, even the whole of Hat in Time. There's so, even, I think I've also got the entirety of Earthbound on there. Definitely the whole entirety of Undertale. I've got a lot of stuff like backed up on that hard drive in case if, let's say, something happens to YouTube or if something happens in general, I've got it all on the hard drive. And I'm actually running out of space, so I needed to get another hard drive if I want to continue doing stuff. I couldn't recycle any more memory. There was just no way for me to do it. I was running out of memory. So, I mean, I haven't unboxed this yet because I'm still running on it, but I've only got 50 gig left to use and I'm going to use it. So when that's done, this is coming out. And yeah, so that'll probably be used for like the Hat in Time Hats Off to You thing that I've got an idea for, as well as probably Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage Reignited and You with the Dragon Reignited. So that'll be kind of cool. A joint present for me and my bro from me dad, and this is Super Mario Party. Played one game of it. It is, and I can officially say, from what we've seen in the trailers, it is official Mario Party, the Hudson Soft style, if we want to put it in that way. You grab coins in order to get stars. So the only difference is instead of 20 coins, it's 10 coins. Boards are a little bit smaller, but way more packed in terms of what's available. Every character has their own dice block, but you still have items that influence the dice block. Everybody doesn't travel in a single car. You don't have to fight for points in order to reach at the end of a linear level. You literally go around a board, collect coins via minigames, use items to move faster around the board, get stars to win. It's the classic, man. It's the classic. So that is actually really good. And plus we have all the other Mario Parties anyway. Mario Party Advance we kind of skipped over because it wasn't the best, and not only that, but when we did get it and it was in the box, it didn't have the board game in it, which requires the e-reader anyway, which never came out in this country, but it was still supposed to have that little paper in it, which it didn't, so it wasn't the complete thing, so we got rid of it because my dad didn't like it, and he was originally the one who was collecting all the Mario Parties, so he thought, wow, that's cool, on the shelf, that'll be a joint present, or something to play, and I can safely say that this is probably one of the best recent Mario Parties, even though I've only played the one game. Some of the mini-games are already unlocked from the start. Some of them, obviously, you gotta hopefully land on the roulette in order to unlock. There are some unlockable characters, but Bowser's not excluded. Bowser's not excluded. He's actually part of the party. All of his minions are part of the party. All of those characters, as well as all the Mario characters, are there. But you still gotta unlock Donkey Kong. Why Donkey Kong? What's wrong with him? He's always second banana when it comes to that sort of these games, isn't it? He's either a space after being removed from 5. He was returned for 10, but you know, 10 locked original standard Mario Party behind Amiibo that were part of that, and that means you can't play as DK unless you have that. And yeah, that was the one that DK was playable in, and Bowser was huge, and it was like a separate mode because of the Wii U gamepad. But yeah, this, you need Joy-Cons to play. That's the only downside. You can't use any other controller other than a single Joy-Con. So out of the box you have 2 players. If you get the pack that comes with Joy-Cons, obviously you have a Nintendo Switch, that would be an instant 4 players. That would solve your issue. But for the most part, you need single Joy-Cons. So if you're going to play this and you have mates that have Switches, let them bring their Switches so you can use their Joy-Cons. And you may even be able to use their switch as well to do different minigames as well, because we haven't been able to do that so far. And finally, excluding Smash, because that was my brother's, we do have Smash Ultimate. This is the one that I was after, and we got it, and my dad got it for me during Black Friday. Oh yes! Oh yes! Star Fox featuring Starlink! Nope, it's Starlink featuring Star Fox. In fairness, it does not actually play like Star Fox, even if you are playing with the Star Fox stuff. It has its own controllers for Starlink, so you got to get used to that. It is like another Toys Come to Life thing, which I'll get out of the box and show in a bit, but there's one thing that I do actually need to make mention about this. The Switch version obviously comes with the Star Fox stuff, as well as the pilot from the usual starter packs of the PS4 and Xbox One versions. As I said, the Star Fox stuff is exclusive to the Switch version. That's what the download is about, because it doesn't exist in all the other versions. It's treated as DLC. So, with the Arwing, first of all, the wings themselves are their own weapons. If you put one of these two weapons onto the wings, it cancels out the wings' abilities, which is the usual rapid-fire shot, as well as the charge shot. But even though they're really good, they cannot be upgraded or amplified. Obviously, these modular weapons can. If you attach a modular weapon, you can't use the blaster on that wing. So I tend to have one wing free, and the other wing with the missiles, mostly. And of course, if you want other ships, you want to buy others, other packs, and then, you know, use them to build on the thing. But here's the problem with this. The Switch version has the Star Fox stuff. The PS4 and Xbox One versions only have that guy's ship. So you get the pilot in the Switch version, but obviously in the other versions you get his Scatlink gun, the two weapons you see in here, and his ship. You don't get the Star Fox stuff, but in the Switch version you don't get the basic stuff from the other starter packs, unless you try to play the game digital only. Here's what I mean. When you boot up the game, it wants you to use the dock that it came with, because you have to register some of the stuff that you have, because as it's contacts, not NFC, so it actually sits in the thing, so it is like on the fly modular. You just slot it in and it connects, and because of the little teeny weeny contacts it makes sense. We'll get into that in just a minute while I'm unboxing it. But here's the thing, is that in the Switch version, you actually do get the basic original ship from the PS4 and Xbox One versions, plus the Gatling gun, for the other pilot that you get in the Switch version. But you cannot use them in conjunction with the Star Fox stuff physically. So if you want to use them, you have to put these, connect them into the stand in the actual game, and then you have to go digital afterwards by going back to the standard grip, and not the grip that it's supplied with. So that means you have to pretty much play the whole game digitally, so you don't actually use any of the stuff in the box. I don't understand why that's been a thing. I don't know why you can't use digital along with physical, but that's a thing. So we have the Starlink box. I hate this. It ruins the art, and because of this, this is all the game, and this is all legal shit. It's like, great case. But hey, we do get a little instruction manual, which pretty much just is more of a little helpline book in all languages to pretty much say if you have any problems with the toys, do this. And it also gives you very basic instructions on how to use the actual toys on the case itself. So the case still has use, which is cool, because mostly when it comes to these cases it's just big plastic for shelf advertisement purposes, like a PSP. So that's the thing. But yes, this stuff, the best stuff. So let's get the... Now the problem is it's actually quite hard to get out without, you know, sounding like you're going to break it. You have the Arwing! And these are the wings here. You can actually move around, even though they don't do anything. So you can actually do that. So you can have it in the way that you want. I tend to have it like that. So these two just go up one, because then it has the usual profile that you're used to. Do a barrel roll! So that's cool. By the way, when it's plugged in, the engine actually glows blue. That's a nice thing. And as I said, the wings are modular, so you can remove them. You can put another wing onto the contact you see there and put it on, or you can be weird and just do that. And yes, you can actually attach another weapon on there, which means both these wing abilities will be cut off. But you know, they do like improve like usual stats like aerodynamics or like speed, strength, stuff like that. It's pretty cool. So we'll clip that back in, and there you go. You got your Arwing ship. Now, if you notice at the back there, another contact with a gap. So we'll get out Fax McClod, and we'll pop him in there, and he just snaps in like that. So he's now in the seat, and if you can look closely, you will actually see him in there. You see his head? You see his head? It's quite hard to notice, but he is in there. That's pretty cool. But we're just going to quickly pop him out of there, because he's not supposed to be in there. What you're supposed to do is get out the Joy-Con grip. I mean, there's unique grips for PS4 and Xbox One as well, but they all have their own kind of grip with the contact thing. And you do need to update the game inside the game in order to make this work, because the Joy-Cons slot into the 2 slots. Of course, there's contacts, so that's how it transfers the data to the Joy-Cons and for Bluetooth to the system. So what you've got to do is, if we get our pilot back, we get our pilot, and you see the grooves, you just slot him in until he clicks, and there you are, he's in. And then you get your ship, you put it over like that. Make sure that little tab there, like, my finger's in the way. Little tab there is lined up for that, as well as that the contacts for that slot are aligned. And then you just push until it clicks. There we are. And so then when you're playing, it's like that. Now you might be thinking, for PS4 and Switch, because they have motion controls, I'm pretty sure that Xbox One doesn't, it's just a standard controller with buttons, you would, like, you know, be playing like this, and you'd be thinking, oh, that would be awesome, because, like, with gyro controls, I could do this, and it's like I'm flying my ship, you know? Like, oh, I need to turn, like, very tightly, and do a barrel roll like that, or something, or U-turn, like, up and down, left, right, snipe, 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 stuff like that. No, there is no gyro controls, probably because of the Xbox One version, but it would be a unique idea for an update, just saying. But that's if people don't want to use motion controls. I understand that. It's just an idea, because it gives you the idea, because your ship's right here. And that it's basically part of the controls as well. Because, like, oh, I need to switch weapon. You just slap it on. So let's go get out our missiles. That took a while to get on. And look, I can just slot it in. And there we are. It's now replaced the blaster, which is actually right there. It's replaced that, and that has overwritten it, and now we have the blast on that one. So now my weapon trigger on that side now does the ice, and that trigger now just does the usual blasters for the wing, unless I want both blasters, because the problem is they both use the same energy, so it's kind of pointless having both wings free. But you can play the game that way. Some missions you just won't be able to do unless you quickly slap one of these on, but you can take it off. It's not a big deal. But what is a big deal is our second pilot, if we get him in the light here. Forget his name, but basically his ship and his Gatling gun, which is part of the other starter packs for the other consoles, are in the Switch version only digitally. And as I said before, if you want to use them, you can't use the physical stuff. You'll have to take your Joy-Cons out, and then the game will be like, oh, please put it in the dock. No, you press A to play digitally, and then you can use the original starter pack. If you want to use any of this stuff, dock them first so that they are registered, and then go digital, and then you can just play with a normal Joy-Con grip, or even in handheld mode, and play the game like normal. The only time that you actually need to get this grip out is when you're registering the actual physical toys, like if you want to put them out. You can actually get all of the packs digitally, so except for the Star Fox one, obviously, because the Switch comes with it, and the other versions don't have it. So, yeah, but all of the toy packs actually have a digital variant, and even if you have the physical variant, once you use them once, you don't really need to use them, which kind of actually ruins the whole point of this. I understand that a lot of things go digital, but if you're doing a Toys to Life thing, it should just be Toys to Life. It shouldn't be digital. That's the one thing that gets me, and I can't use these with the digital ones. I have to use it either all physical or all digital. There should be a patch to fix that, because like if I remove this and I want to use the Gatling gun, I just go into the menus and just equip it. And if I want to like swap that out, I can either like remove the wing, put it back on quickly, go into the menu and deactivate it, or just slap another weapon on it overwrite. It shouldn't be that big of an issue. And if this is already connected, I mean, it's because it's probably connected, that would probably overwrite as well, but I'm telling that to disconnect digitally within the system of the connected system, so I can do something else. But and then like if I want to reactivate it, I can click reactivate in the menu, or I just pop it out, put it back on again, and reconnect. It shouldn't really. It sounds like it should work verbally, but obviously I'm not a coding expert. But it should work. I mean, it's Ubisoft. I mean, come on, you guys have been killing it recently with the Raymans and the South Parks. I don't know, it's just weird, because like I have no need to get these out, because I'm not going to buy any more toys. If I'm going to get anything else, I will get it digitally, because I don't need the toys clogging up. And like I said, if I want to use the other part of the starter pack, I need to play it all digital anyway. So the Switch version, you never need the toys. And I guess it will always be clunky for a portable home console hybrid to have toys that you have to lug around to hot swap, but it counts for the PS4 and Xbox versions as well, so it's not like a unique gimmick for the Switch where you can actually play them all digitally. It is a standard for the whole thing. What I'm saying is, if you're going toys to life like Skylanders or Lego Dimensions, you stick toys only. You like physical only, you don't go digital. That's the problem. So, I mean, this is still cool. It's still an Arwing toy. We never got that Arwing amiibo. I don't think there's any Arwing kits out there. This is official by Nintendo and Ubisoft. And I can actually have this sitting on my desk. So I'm happy about that. And I get to still play the game and enjoy it. So, 50-50. Physical only, digital only, can't really mix them. If you put the physical on there, it's available for the digital version because it's already been registered to your cartridge, so there you go. Similar to how you can get Pokemon cards and then put the code to use it on the trading card game online, but I don't know. It's just a weird thing. So I'm going to put all this away, and I think we will just cut straight to the news. On November 29th, 2018, Nintendo, on all of their Twitters for each region, of course I live in the UK, so I'll be using that one for this video. On November 29th, 2018, we're making it easier for creative fans to show their love for Nintendo and monetize videos that include Nintendo game content. Please look at our new guidelines here, and this pretty much leads us to the fact that they have pretty much ended their Nintendo Creators Program shindig, where it was like, if you're part of it, your videos will be able to be monetized if they're Nintendo based, and you have to submit them, and if they pass whatever. And basically, if you're part of the Creators Program, you will be able to monetize your Nintendo videos, but they get a majority of the cut. And what most people actually did was not actually be part of the program and take their chances, so they get all the monetization for themselves. But now that this is not up, that pretty much means that they're being a little bit more lenient with, you know, third-party content / copyright notices when it comes to YouTube. And lo and behold, if we get rid of that and now Twitter, that is all that is copyrighted here, and that is only copyrighted because I used a Scatman song in there all those years ago. Yes, remember when I got mad like 2 days before my birthday, 2nd of May, I think it was 2015, and more than a third of my very first Let's Play of Zelda Twilight Princess got copyright claimed, and I lost monetization for them, mostly because of cutscenes that are part of the story, or walking through a door. They're all cleared. The only thing that's not cleared on here is the Scatman tune, but the copyright claim for the Mario Galaxy coin music, that claim is gone, as well as anything else. That's gone as well. So literally, the only claim that I have here now is not a Nintendo one, and I can prove it by going in here. Yep, see, Scatman's World, Scatman John. That was a blunder on my part, but that is literally the only thing that I'm actually missing on that. But yes, the only thing that I'm pretty much missing here is part 67. The whole entire Let's Play is back up proper, which is amazing. And there was another video that was claimed, which was my final Wi-Fi matches of Dr. Mario because of the fever, which is like the main theme of Dr. Mario, but all the other music in the video was fine. That's gone as well. So now my entire unique project to try to salvage everything that was Wi-Fi related to the DS and Wii that I could cover is now like cleared as well. So yeah, that's just like something a little extra I wanted to point out. Just couldn't mention it at the time because, well, when the announcement was made, all my videos were still untouched, so yeah, there wasn't much I could do about that. But it's all clear now, which is awesome. We're pretty much back to a flat level without issues. Yay!
He is ugly. Ugly? That does it!
Since we now have Smash Ultimate, as I said already, we've got some replays now happening. There is a very odd way on actually getting the replays officially up on YouTube without using a capture device. You can't use the capture button, so what you're supposed to do is go to the replay section, record a video of it from within the game, then you go to the video section to make sure it's saved. Then you take the SD card out of the Switch when it's off, stick it in your computer, navigate to album, go to extras, go to the date that it's in, and then you have to look for the specified date of the video, because it's not going to be what you named it in game, and that will be your video, and then you upload that to social media. Why the hell can you not do it through the Switch to Twitter or Facebook, or hell to YouTube, which the other game did until their own service of Miiverse shut down, which they didn't patch out? I have no idea. It makes no sense to me. It's like, I've said this many a time on comments on videos, verbally with my mates, or just during videos alone, but I'll state it once more. Nintendo are pretty much amazing at what they do, except online. They just cannot get online right. But other than that, we are starting on Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage Reignited. Or Gateway to Glimmer Reignited, whatever you want to call it. It is called Ripto's Rage on all versions on the PS4 and Xbox One on the Reignited editions. But it was originally called Gateway to Glimmer in the UK, or in Europe. So there was a bit of a name change there, but we are now on Ripto's Rage. I'm still going to call it Gateway to Glimmer in the title and whatnot, but we are going to be starting on that, and then after that we will be jumping straight into Spyro the Dragon Reignited, because I did say we're going to be doing all 3 games in one, and we'll be able to actually focus on Spyro 2 without doing any other projects in between, because I'm not starting another project until we do that, especially a main project. Like I said, Smash replays, they'll just happen whenever, and probably not as often, because I want to upload them officially. But you get what I mean. And yeah, with Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, hopefully it won't go as bad as the first. Finally, I have actually decided to buy a HD adapter for my GameCube, so we can actually do those in HD, and so we can actually get Game Boy Advance stuff through official hardware in HD. I'm not using any homebrew stuff on the Game Boy Player or anything like that, mainly because I don't actually have a memory card to SD for that, and not only that, but I want to actually use the official program, because I mean, I know you can use all this homebrew stuff to get better output and all that, but since, you know, I basically just got the adapter for component replacement purposes, because you can't get those damn wires. And if I want to do Wii in HD, I'll either do it for the Wii U, or I'll do it for the Wii via component wires, because that's how you get HD-ish quality through the Wii U, or for the Wii. But for GameCube, for the most part, needs that kind of output, especially for Game Boy games, because the Dazzle, I don't think will be up to snuff, especially for the Game Boy games, because it's a 480 image with an even smaller resolution game in the middle, and if I want that a lot clearer, I would like that in HD. Not only that, but it also allows us to do other stuff with the GameCube once again, like with doing with multi-screen stuff, like with the Game Boy Player and all that as well. If, for example, a game has Game Boy Player exclusive content, we can have one GameCube playing the game via HDMI, and then we've got the Game Boy Player GameCube, because we've got multiple GameCubes, because there's one in my room, one in my bro's, we can use the one with the Game Boy Player with the Dazzle in order to do that, because it will be smaller on screen, because we're covering both things. It's like a DS or Wii U kind of thing, multi-screen. But of course, if it's just the Game Boy Player, I would like to get that in the highest quality, because if I ever do want to do Zelda Link to the Past and Four Swords on the Game Boy Advance, I want that with the original hardware, because how else are we going to play the game very well, especially the linking up portion of Four Swords, because that's the only way to play it without using emulators with possible problems and technical issues. We can use the original hardware, just link it up like that, and I can also, you know, use my own cartridge, which is how I like to do things, especially for my main projects. Use the original hardware with original games, don't hack. So with that, guys, I know this was a very late video, as I said before, but now I have actually got around to doing it. Happy New Year yet again to all you guys. I hope you enjoy what's coming up this year. Obviously, when more plans come out or what's solidified, I will make an update video letting you know. And I hope you enjoyed this episode of What's Interesting, and I'll see you guys next time.